Dobre odpolednie, děkuji za pozvánku. Promiňte, já budu mluvit anglicky, ne česky. So I will start with a short presentation. It will be very short and it will be about how we understand the digital future, or how we in mBank understand what will be the future of banking.
Excuse me, Mr. Kucharski. Můžeme mluvit anglicky, je to v pořádku, rozumíme všichni? Okay, English is okay.
Okay, thank you. So once again, I will start with a short presentation. I will explain how we see the banking future, especially from the digital, non-digital perspective. I won't, refer to any regulations, but I know that this is, really hot topic nowadays all over the world. I also was, a few days ago in US on some retail banking conference, and there was, half of the conference was about regulation. But today I will rather focus on the more market, customer approach than to regulation, things like that. So, being a direct bank, being a quite young bank on the market, still we need to understand the future, the past. And I would like to start, I don't know, to deal with that, sorry. What is that? Who can help? Oh, okay. So I will start with, sorry, what is the počítač? So I will start with the, some stories from the past. So how the banking starts? The banking started with, purely branch traditional version of a relation with customers. So the relation with customers based on face-to-face meeting, and the first, the bank name, probably came from the Lavička, bench, Italian words, and the first bank born in Venice in 1156, and there was the only way how you can bank, it was via branches. And why it was the only way? Because when we look at the most important, can I ask for the next slide, please? Yeah. So when we look at some basic function of the next one, please, of the banks, we can see that what we need to do in bank is first to next one, please. First, we next one.
Další slide, please.
First, we need to authentify the customers. And then we need to somehow show the transaction or approve what customers did in our branch. So this requires some papers and signature. I put their wet signature because nowadays we have different ways of how to sign papers, but it used to be only the wet signature. Then the branch we used for cash exchange. Sometimes we bring a cash to the bank, sometimes we withdraw cash from the bank, and of course the branch was and is still for advice and selling purposes. Next one, please. But nowadays, branch is not anymore needed for this all activities. Next one, please. So we can do all of these activities digitally. So we can authentify customers via PIN, token, VeriSign. We can exchange paper into electronic documents. We can exchange wet signature into some, again, PIN, VeriSign signature. We can have electronic payment. We can use ATMs. So we do not need branch anymore for cash purposes. And of course, we can start to sell product and advise around the product for some product purposes through electronic channel, video, but also we have such a modern technology like artificial intelligence or things like that. So now we can easily see that all what we need to do to have a relation with customers, to serve customers, we can do digitally. So branch is no more needed for banking purposes. And I strongly believe that this, in the future, there's more and more enablers to run banking digitally. Next one, please. So why we can have purely digital banking? We can have because we simply have this was the presentation. The previous presentation was how the technology is developing, and I fully agree that this is one of the enablers that we can now very easy, fast, and very in a cheap way have all technology which could help us to build first digital channels, and we have a lot of them: mobile, online, TV, etc., etc. So there's more and more digital channels that could, replace branch, and then digital processes, not only to check the balances, not only to make basic transactions, but to run the full process from the start, from the opening. Doesn't matter if we are talking about account, doesn't matter if we are talking about loan or deposit. Maybe nowadays the only mortgages are some problem to run purely digitally, but it's mainly not because there is not possible of it, but we as a bank, we are not ready still for this. And we have a lot of, some digital capabilities that help us, to serve customers digitally better than previously. So we have the whole big data to help us to offer something, proper to the customer, to the proper segment group. So these are the enablers. But I think that there are also two more very important areas that help us or force us to become digital. First is that because of regulation, because of changes that we faced on the banking market. This is very much visible in US, where banks face very big fines. So billion of US dollars for example, HSBC and other banks gives, change the landscape of profitability in banking sector. So I think that digital banking will also help us to somehow improve profitability, efficiency of banking. So this is another reason why banks will go to this digital banking. And I think the last, but I think the most important thing is that this change, this digitalization, comes not only from the banking side or company side or competitor side, but also from the customer side. So more and more customers are, they are using mobiles, they are using internet, they are exchanging data. So nowadays, we are under pressure from the customer side rather than we create this innovation and push them to use it. So these are I think the reason why we will become more and more digital, and why I believe that there won't be no traditional branches in the future anymore. And I strongly believe that within 5-10 years there won't be any more the traditional branches. But the problem is that not only we need to change and become a digital banks, but we also need to somehow answer for some new solutions, some new ideas from the companies that are present on the market. They are not from the banking sector, but they are strongly competing with us. Next slide, please. So when we look at Forrester Research report about digital technology, we can see that there is 18 classes of barbarians. They are waiting to attack us. And there are some obvious areas like mobile payment, there are some obvious areas like social lending, but we can see that a lot of different companies from different fields trying to get to our fields, trying to start to offer banking services, payments, lending, deposit, but and we will not only need to become a digital, but also to somehow answer them, and they are quite, I would say, new, fresh, without old systems, without all this stuff that we have, all this regulation that we have. So they more focus on interfaces, on the customer relationship, how to serve better customers, what to offer to the customers. And behind these 18 classes, may I have next slide please? Behind these 18 classes, we can see that based on the Forrester research, we have 12,000, even probably more, of specific companies that they are trying to reach, to attack our market. So banks such as mBank are not the only one that are trying to challenge the market, they're trying to enter the market, but also these companies like Duola, like nowadays Apple Payment, like Drive Like a Girl, nice insurance direct company in US. So a lot of them tries to simply enter the market and beat us or compete with us. Next one, please. So, and then they really focus first on the relation with customers. So they first would like to take this relation from us. They want to, they now are rather intermediary. We still, Apple Pay still use banking cards, still use Visa and MasterCard, so we are still there. But we can easily imagine that in the future, something like 100 million Apple of iTunes card users can easily switch to Apple Bank. So for me, I can see there's probably plenty of different ways how we can answer to this, but for me it's two main directions that we can have. Next slide, please. So first is we can, just be in line with these new attackers, and we can become a white label, offering or serving only, providing them with banking license, with risk management, with compliance and back office processes. This is something that we can, being fully aware that they are better, offer to them, or we should really start to think how to become a really digital bank with real modern lending, mobile payment, partnership. How to run this partnership with these new attackers, and also how to advise customers based on all data that we have, how to use this data to serve customers better. So that's all from my side. Thank you.